Yes. Hello and welcome to one of the most hidden channels on YouTube. There are many channels that are hidden on YouTube that bring some truth out to the world. A lot of them are like me, small, regular people that have jobs like driving medical buses or cutting grass or, driving buses for school. But these channels are hidden. There's a lot of information that I'm going to be sharing with you all today. A lot of you are mentioning Bruce, June 12th or 11th. Stephen Greer is going to be talking about, well, get ready because everyone's going to be talking about what's going on. A term, I've been talking to you guys for many, many months, almost over a year now, where I mentioned to you, I hope at least one of you remember, many times that I've mentioned to you that disclosure is going to happen. You guys should know it's going to be a red flag event. Some of you, and which it could be popular to debate and share our own opinions, and all theories are good, I believe. But there's a fight on the inside, and it's what I've been screaming out to you all, that there's going to be a fight on the inside, that when disclosure comes out, it's not going to be from the government necessarily, but yes, from the inside of the government. But there's so many frontal organizations, so many different partnerships and alliances that go even into other countries, which that's all going to come out. Maybe Stephen Greer is going to bring some of that out. Christina, thank you for mentioning to me in the comment section. It's Christina that mentioned the 11th to the 12th. Stephen Greer will be talking about disclosure. Yes, it's coming for everyone. It's the most exciting time to be alive, not only for ufologists and astronomers, but for those of you that are consider yourselves a truth seeker. You don't have to have a channel or have a business or be famous to be a truth seeker. Most people that want to better themselves in their lives, if they're not Freemasons, because that is their motto, these dark associations choose good things to attract people, but bettering oneself, you'd think it's something that everyone would want to do. Hit a yes, thank you very much. I am Kai. How's it going? Julie Stats. Thank you very much. Love you, Julie. Gate Smasher, how you doing, brother? If you're around, I'm sure he is. Yann Lucas, merci, mon frère. On a toute une déposition, plein de choses qui vont venir dimanche. Peut-être même que je vais en faire un avant dimanche, ça dépend. Sur la chaîne française, il y a beaucoup de choses qui ont été découvertes. A lot of new whistleblowers, and there's also 2 secret whistleblowers that are in the background. We're going to be viewing some new government leaked or whatever UFO footage. At the same time, we're going because I want to compare it to my own research. And I'm going to take advantage of that every time I do a stream now that I'm able to share my screen finally. Day 3 of fasting. I'm still on the diet. I'll be playing the harmonica more often. I like to want to bug people a bit. I like bugging people. And my nose is itchy. I'm going to kiss a fool. Rose, Cullum, how's it going? Bobana, Christy, thanks, you guys. Christina, thanks again. Carlene, thanks for coming back. Hey, host and everyone. Yo, I landed. We're going to start getting a lot of the aliens here that are watching me. They're going to be coming in. The Real Wayno, love the name of the channel. Nicole S, thank you. And first but not least, Star Hunter. Greetings, Earthlings. Man, you too, Star Hunter, and a whole bunch of you. Christina, we're all excited, right? Kai. Kai and I have been saying for the past 2.5 to 3 months now, or has it been 6 months that we've been saying 3 months, that the shit has hit the fan, but this shit's so sticky that no matter how fast the fan turns, it just clings and it doesn't, now it's starting to reach the end of the fan. There's little pieces that are flying off, taking so long for truth to come out, but it's not going to come out in a little, it's all going to come out. And why? Because there's an interagency fighting going on, right? You have the military, have the Defense Department, the Pentagon. We saw recently they don't want to disclose anything. They don't want to share the UFO files and cases. Intellipedia, the Black Vault, has been sharing Intellipedia information, right, for years. due to the Freedom of Information Act, FOIA requests. When you see that FOIA request, what's a FOIA request? It's a Freedom of Information Act. I know I'm repeating myself. A lot of you hear it, but it's important for you to understand the whole story. What, just saying that they said this and that there's alien crafts isn't as exciting as knowing why they're coming out and saying that. We have two whistleblowers on the inside that are remaining hidden. And part of those whistleblowers' jobs were to retrieve, not retrieval projects. We'll be talking about that too. But when our sneaky Hillary Clinton, with those 33,000 emails, something like that, that were erased, she even used, they used, it's a bleach product or a machine that hides all the information on disk drives and hard disks. And one of those whistleblowers that is working on that has confirmed that those emails are related to some of the secret projects in space that a lot of people don't know about, that some, some of them, Stephen Greer has talked about it. Stephen Greer is inside with NASA. You got to think of it. He had family working for NASA, and, his dad or whatnot. I'm not sure if it's his dad or not, but it could be his dad, talking about things on the inside. So he got a lot of information on the inside to be able to share with others. He was threatened to. Who's not threatened, when things like that happen? People are excluding the fact that David Grush, the most recent whistleblower that works for the NRO, National Reconnaissance, by the way, and is on the Unidentified Aerial Task Force team. There's a problem. I heard him say himself, David Grush, and I quote, "We don't have access to the alien and UFO retrieval programs. They can't see the vehicles. They have no access to any of those programs." Another important thing. Why is that occurring? Don't be confused. Bob Lazar even spoke about it. Compartmentalization. Again, Redacted mentioned that again today. Some of the things I'm bringing up, what Redacted spoke about, because luckily he had a friend, a whistleblower, that has the same clearance as David Grush. Now, David Grush, people are forgetting that David Grush, we've heard of him in the past, I have, and when they formed in 2022, the task, David Grush is a well-dressed, also well-accredited, well-spoken, well-known person that is trusted in the intelligence community. There's not 100,000 people that we know in the intelligence community, and obviously they're not all bad. And we can sit here and say, well, Bruce, it's just the beginning of the Great Deception. Yeah, I know the Great Deception is a possibility. I know that Blue Beam is a possibility, but let's not forget the Blue Beam is not a real project anywhere. It's not a project that is ever designated. Sure, they're doing maybe the project, but you guys know they have pseudonames, frontal organizations. They change the names of the programs. They distribute those programs throughout all the associations. You got the Pentagon, you got DARPA now. They're continually forming new alliances and partnerships in other countries, right? There's a lot going on in the States right now. My fingers are crossed for everyone in America right now. I'm surprised the government is still standing right now. But the corruption that has gone on, the things that have come out with Biden and the money distribution from certain countries and certain people that are in the 8 figures, by the way, to his family. Even some of that money wound up in some of his grandchildren's accounts. So there's a lot going on right now. Some disturbing news is that whether you like Trump or not, he was indicted again. Okay. But what's happening is that there's no evidence about anything that they're declaring that he did. Okay. You compare, again, Redacted mentioned this. Biden has like 1,800 boxes that are beside his Corvette in a garage. Okay. Thin door garage. This is Hannity on Fox mentioned that one. I'm going around. I was all over the news today. Everyone's touching base with this story about David Grush. And there's another story also turning that person up from my last video that declared having witnessed and seen during the 911 call. Take a look at the last video. very young man. Okay. And at the same time, I also shared the link to his own testimony in the last video. The video is approaching 7,000, 150 comments on the last video. Impossible. That doesn't matter. There's 340, Bruce. You're going to say, yeah, because I replied to 175 comments. That's why you see 400 comments on the channel. But it's surprising that they hold me back that much. There were no subscribers so if you subscribe to the channel, thank you. But I guess they either took you off or hid you, because we're still just at the 97.4, which we've been there at the end of February. But that's okay. At least the truth can continue to come out here. Interagency fighting, where the highest of levels are fighting. Compartmentalization. Bob Lazar mentioned this. When secret projects, all these people working on secret projects, like our young astrophysicist Bob Lazar, who says there's nothing on the moon, by the way. I don't believe him. I believe that he's saying parts of real stuff, but I believe he's holding back a lot. The vehicles he worked on in the bunker, okay, could be governmental. I know a lot of you now are going to be, phew, finally, Bruce is realizing that it's not just always the possibility of aliens. Of course not, guys and gals. It doesn't mean it's always aliens. It doesn't mean it's aliens at all, right? But I do believe, in theory, just out of the blue like that, right, or into the darkness, that other beings do exist. So David Grush says there's not just one type of being. There's many types, many vehicles also that they retrieved. We all know that it's possible that they were retrieving vehicles. We heard this way back, all the way back into the end of the 1940s, with even some presidents that were involved. You know, Kennedy was involved in the UFO story. They probably most likely all are involved. They posed questions to Obama. They posed questions to Clinton. Obama himself, another big ass liar that this partly destroyed America. But he himself said, sometimes they say truth, sometimes they say real things, said that he had no clearance for Area 51, which that is true, because there's a lot of higher clearance over the president, which that shouldn't be yeah, at all, right? Because in reality, it's like the states now, who's running, the presidency, who's in charge of the states? Biden is nothing but a puppet. ABC News, it's starting, referring to the 10-foot alien on the last video that I posted. A lot of opinions. People say that fake. It's not fake. It's real. It's bullshit. His reaction's not real. His reaction's real. Why the hell didn't he take a picture? I replied yesterday to most of you that said that maybe he did take a picture and that the Pentagon is not allowing the information to come out. And well, guess what? There's images. Even in the video that I showed you the green light in the sky and nobody mentioned it. Nobody saw it, probably not taking the time, right? But it's in the video. You see a big green light coming down. It's the same green light that I see when I see UFOs, the same light that I saw when I was younger. And now it's beautiful truth coming out to everyone. So ABC News, welcome everyone. ABC News starts talking about the 10-foot alien, laughing, puts on X-Files music in the background. The idiot woman there, fake reporter, puppet reporter, says, that's a good one, puppet reporter. She goes, cue the music. And they start the music from X-Files to make, things, okay, you could do it. I could do it. I'm a channel. Sure, it could be interesting getting here the X-Files music playing in the background. I still would find that cringy. But for on the news to be doing that, smiling and laughing. Notice every single time the woke left news media talks about UFOs or like that 10-foot alien of a 911 call, they're not only smiling, they're laughing. You hear the laughing in the background. They're sitting there with their papers saying, anyways, yeah, UFOs and aliens, I don't know. And, people get hyped about the situation, sitting there laughing, right? And me, I don't know if some of you are like me, but whether it be true or not, looking at the story, people, if you study a little bit in psychology, as a hobby, I have, and I know that people have certain emotional reactions when it comes to trauma. I've heard of people in the wars that 3 grenades fell on each side of them, like one on one side took his friend's life. One on the other side took his friend's life. Another grenade fell in front of him, and he lost his left leg. And he said, I stood there on one leg. I looked at my leg that was missing. I looked back up, and I continued to stare at everything that was going on for 50 minutes. Bled out, passed out, wound up at a hospital, and back at home after telling the story. Retired veteran. Thanks for serving. Sheesh, right? For sure. And trauma reacts differently to certain people. In my car with my brother Jason, I suppose, we're the only two kids there. But I'm trying to think back when it was. Living in the outskirts of Valleyfield, we're in the car. My mom goes into the corner store, a 7-Eleven, we'll call it, which you guys are going to be able to drink there now. Anyways, walks into the 7-Eleven corner store to get some vegetables and stuff for the dip, but we're going to have that day. If I'm not mistaken, it's a beautiful summer day. A drunk guy pulls up in a car, drunk as a friggin' fart, gets out and looks at me in the window. And I looked at him like that and I smiled at him. And he looked at me. He says, "Rah," started rocking the car left and right. I was so shy as a child to tell the adult off or to make a react face that I continued smiling, looking at him. I was frozen in fear. Couldn't even hear what was going on around me anymore. Didn't even think of getting out of the car on the other side, whatever. You freeze. And when I thought back of that, what a stupid reaction to be sitting there, just stare. Your brain reacts and you react a certain way. In his testimony that I shared in my last video of the kid himself, that a lot of the trolls, not you guys, a lot of the trolls were saying it's bullshit, you know. And if you're not a troll and you said it was bullshit, I'm not saying that you're a troll, guys. It's that the way you saw the comments, the way some of the trolls are talking. What a fucking moron with a cell phone. He's not taking a picture. I call, calm, take it down a notch. It's midnight. He's on a 911 call. No, he's not going to use his effing camera. I used to be 300 pounds on as of April 12th. Okay. And if I see an alien outside 10 feet tall and large, right? Am I going to take a snapshot through a window with a cell phone in a pitch dark backyard? No. So it's silly for people to think that he didn't get a picture. Well, he did get a picture with his cell phone, but people were too, angry without realizing that the media is not going to post that. The media said, oh, we'll leave the yard private, but they showed the whole front yard, the house, and the whole family. The reason why they didn't show the backyard is the news media didn't want to show the backyard because the video and the reporter himself with the camera went into the backyard, right? Well, they must have that video, and they do. And I saw it, and a lot of you are also going to see it's going to come out very, very soon. A lot of people are talking about what's going on, but ABC News putting up music, acting like a bunch of effing morons, laughing at it all. They're going to close down those woke associations and all that. It's ridiculous. I think it's absolutely disgusting. So the compartmentalization. Each secret project, there's many people working on one secret project. Maybe on a retrieval for a spaceship. Not maybe. This is how it is. You're going to have one person working, and Bob Lazar even said this. You're going to have one person working on a certain part. Like you'll have an astrophysicist, you'll have a nuclear physicist like Bob Lazar. Then they'll have maybe a welder or a mechanic or an engineer, another part, or to work on another part that's going to go in the craft. Nobody ever sees the craft most of the time, and nobody interacts with each other in different sections of fields. Scientists don't talk. I said that a long time ago, and again, Redacted just said it in his recent video, but it's true. It's important information. I bring out what I hear that's important and credible and truthful. They can't share what's going on in one department. So if David Grush is talking about what he knows that in another department, so-and-so said that's working on, so he might know exactly, or maybe even saw these craft, but he's not going to be allowed talking about it. But he said, again, he's not allowed to have access to the retrieval program to see what's in there. So why do you think David Grush is going to be bringing that out and talking about it? As a matter of fact, more whistleblowers have come out since yesterday and even today to join in that battle of defending and, vetting David Grush. No matter how mad people get at them. I'm mad myself at the government for being liars, guys, but I'm not dumb enough to know that, I had an aunt at one point that worked, I think, for the government and was doing tax or something like that. I'm pretty sure she's not an elite. Some are. Yeah, okay. Some are in the inside and they're doing stuff, but, like that guy that commented about the Jews in the last video I had to take down was so horrible. The Jews are doing it all because a guy's running the world and the guy might be Jewish. Well, okay, well, don't go bug the other Jews. The guy's black or white. You're gonna say, oh, those white people, those damn supremacists. Oh, he's black. Well, I mean, it's labeling people with colors and stuff like that. So they're more childish than us on the outside here in the governments. Higher levels are fighting, and they're fighting a lot. Again, if you're just arriving, we'll be looking at some government videos. Ones that I really want to show you because they're very comparable to the work that I'm doing and those UFO balls that are separating themselves and coming together. I showed a video of UFOs leaving the surface in my backyard, right? Well, almost a kilometer away though. And they separated. They were all together. Then they separate. They get like elongate. They did like a triangular shape, just the lights position, let's say. And the lights went out simultaneously. And somebody said, Bruce, that's a UFO. That's an opening UFO, expanding the wings and the nose there. Yeah, sometimes that in theory could be possible. And I'm going to show you in the next video exactly a good example of exactly just that. Who else is here? Thank you so much for coming in, you guys. D Wolf Lady is in the house. 121 watching. Thank you very much to the 121 watching the channel. I appreciate that very much. Everything's bouncing around here for some reason. Hauser, good evening, Bruce. Hope you're keeping well. Thank you very much. Yes, disclosure. Quebec wildfires. It's horrible, man. Were they deliberate? Who knows? I know. Yes, they were deliberate. Unfortunately, that information came out from an American whistleblower in Texas, as a matter of fact, and not even coming out in our news here when it's the RCMP themselves. A lot of people have been caught, and not only in Quebec, but all the way up to Alberta and Nova Scotia. Arsons were caught. There was even plastic containers, recycling containers that were set ablaze at one point. By the way, where the fire started in Quebec, it's where there were no trees. Okay. The wildfire started where there were no trees. I also have a video. Maybe I'll post it, or I should show it here if we can look through it, of the wildfires starting in Quebec simultaneously. So yes, I confirm to you all that the wildfires simultaneously started, all of them in one shot. How do I know that? It was proven and shown with the satellite images filming when the fire started. And you see 10 to 12 different points simultaneously. Okay. Like, are you ready? Do we start it? Yeah, for sure. It was arson. We're up to like 16 arsons now. Arses, not only in Quebec, though, like scattered around. Monsieur Aliaus. Oh, no, sorry. Stats. Julie, thank you very much. I appreciate that. You guys can check out Julie Stats channel also, and Gate Smasher channel. They're a couple, one of my favorite couples. And she does volunteer work. She does a bunch of things. She does some sales too, starting to sell some cards and stuff. So she's helping people and wants to raise money to do that. We can all check our stores, anything we have. Head on over and give her some love. Thanks for being here, Julie. Diana, how's it going? Wildly glad to see this all, man. Thank you, Diana. I'm so ecstatic. I'm ecstatic. What else? So much is going on, right? Yeah. And one of the whistleblowers in the 90s, he worked on a secret retrieval project. And these are one of the two whistleblowers that nobody knows who they are. And it's also the whistleblowers that were also working on retrieving those emails from Hillary Clinton. That, by the way, it was all about secret projects. There's more that meets the eye, more going on with the UFOs than we think. So in the 1990s worked on a secret retrieval project. So already we're back in the end of the 80s, beginning of the 90s. So how far does it go, do you think, that they were doing these projects? It goes really far, and they've been doing it for probably a very long time. 2 alien bodies were also retrieved, the whistleblower says, right? The whistleblower was a pilot. They retrieved an alien craft also with 2 dead bodies that were non-human subjects. So these 2 whistleblowers are kept secret, but have been on these secret programs for a long time. So they have been on these secret programs for a long time. And that, for me, is absolutely incredible. We heard the Unidentified Aerial Task Force start, right? It was formed in 2022. And then the Black Vault brought out information that the Unidentified Aerial Task Force had a joint aerial task force team. That would mean a secret second entire organization revolving around what they're doing, but in secrecy. It's like, CIA has secret doors, right? FBI has secret doors. People are a little concerned with the CIA tweet this week about Pride Week. Not too impressed, the CIA morons, what they're doing. Too bad, because I'm sure some CIA agents that have been working there that maybe even saved America a few times, I'd like to hope to believe that, are probably, not probably, they're very disappointed with what's going on. Unidentified Aerial Task Force. Then they came out with the Unidentified Anomalous Phenomena. They changed the term UAP instead of being Unidentified Aerial Phenomena. That's why they opened a task force. It was Unidentified Aerial Phenomena. We're going to open an Unidentified Aerial Task Force. But now, when you guys like me heard that they changed it to Unidentified Anomalous Phenomena, that's when the fighting started. Interagency fight began. David Grush came out with that, talking about an even deeper, with higher clearance friends that he said many of them would open up to him and talk to him, basically about the secret projects and programs that they're working on. David Grush confirms that he did not know any of the names of those programs, that they were held back. Congress is held back from knowing about the retrieval programs. So Congress is going to, this should be good, dive into finding out what it's all about, what's going on, why are these programs, happening without the government knowing. Same thing like Obama, that didn't know F all about alien retrieval programs and whatnot. He's not going to know about that, nor did Clinton know about it, right? Some of them, when you go back, I think it all started probably about Kennedy. Don't wonder why Kennedy died, is because he was involved with the UFO. The story runs so deep that you can see on the Black Vault, and over 3 million documents and files and videos that were, leaked out, like disclosed to people. Big problem on the blackvault.com. Am I going to remember what they said? Freedom of Information Act. They're changing the Defense Department and everything, or Pentagon, or, they're changing the way that people, the citizens of the US, they're the only ones, you guys in the States and gals, are the only ones that can profit from the Freedom of Information Act, because it allows you to have private and secret and hidden UFO files redacted, unredacted, to the public, so that you can read and know about what went on with certain projects. But they continue on top of that. This has been going on for years, but now the Black Vault, they're trying to stop the Black Vault from continuing to bring out this information through the Freedom of Information Act. Now, if they do that, it's because they're hiding something. Why did they recently hide a question that was asked about an extraterrestrial? And this was several days before the young man that poor guy had a situation where a 10-foot or tall alien, anywhere from 8 to 10 feet, I guess, was in his backyard. There was more than one. The story runs very deep, guys. Did you know that alien, you thought it was exaggerated, the story? Well, the alien, and they have it on video, yes, they do, tried to engage with a payloader. I just don't find it weird at all. What are you going to do if you land on Earth and you see a payloader there? Well, even a family member was saying, well, yeah, well, do they have payloaders where they're from, do you think? No, it's true. It's a good debateful conversation. But honestly, he went up to the payloader and sat inside of it to see if there were any keys and then left. I think it's pretty obvious that they're an intelligent race or whatnot. He talks about the child, I won't say child, poor guy, the young man, about sleep paralysis. Like he was literally locked in place, or him or his brother was locked in place. They have cameras around the house on top of it that has more footage of the crash, that has images of these creatures. The story runs really wild. For some of you that are afraid of this, be careful. I'm telling you, those creatures climbed on top of the house. They were running around the roof, this 10-foot alien. Okay. So you want to talk about an exaggeration? Think of what's going on. What's exaggerated? The kid's normal reaction? He froze. He froze. It was a little bit of stuttering. As a matter of fact, when ABC News posted that, I should call them out for that, you sacks of shite. They speeded up the kid's testimony so that he would sound a little nervous. And I was disgusted. ABC News, that's what they do. Was it ABC News last year or the year before that faked the video, right? They made a military boat. Remember that one, guys? The military boat? People in the military had some people come on and dance for them and do a show. And it turns out that it was a cut video where you had the generals and everything that were sitting down applauding. And the people that were on the other side were girls twerking, showing their asses. That was a fake video. Didn't that come on ABC? ABC News got caught doing that. Would you continue to watch news that continues to lie to the people? News Nation next. Another bunch of liars. I don't know too much about them. Haven't heard of them a long time, but I know that they're on the case of attacking anything and anyone that believes in aliens. You're going to see a lot of people, like in the comment section of the last video, where so many people were crying. Why didn't he get the cell phone image? Yeah, he did. See, now we know that he did. He's not so stupid now, is he? So if he wouldn't have gotten an image with his cell phone, he would have been fake. I don't understand that one. I don't own a cell phone. Am I fake? I don't own a cell phone. What is he in 1980s? He doesn't own a cell phone? Why do you have a cell phone? Maybe you have a need for a cell phone, like to call your wife while you're on the road or something. Maybe some of you like taking selfies. I have a phone here in my home, and I hate it when it rings. Elias, thank you very much. Hey, j'ai du rattrapage à faire. J'ai pas eu de notification comme d'habitude pour ta chaîne. Thank you very much, Elias, for being here. Ça sort la vérité, bro. Lots of stuff coming out. D-Wolf Lady, how's it going? Thank you very much. Thank you, D-Wolf Lady, for the encouragement and inspiration. Yep, I'm sticking to the diet. I'm down into the 230s. I'm 9-10 pounds away from my goal weight, which I wanted to be at. And I'm not going to stop. I'm going to continue from 225 and continue down to the 200 mark and see how I go. If I did that in a month, maybe another month or two, I'll be back down to 200. Hopefully, continuing the fasting, keep inspiring me. The Real Wayno, thanks for coming in, you guys. I know you must have heard about Las Vegas alien story. It's pretty wild. Absolutely, yeah. So, yeah, exactly. See, before I even talked about it, Wacky Hot Dog 69. It's very, very wild. And again, in the last video I posted, I showed the 9/11 call, and I also shared that young man's testimony, and he must be pretty excited. Now, take this with a grain of salt, guys, okay? A young guy has this occur to him and knows all about YouTube and is going to be able to profit from that to be able to speak about what happened. And that's exactly what he did. So be lenient on the comments. This is guy, he's a young guy. I don't even know if he's 18 or not, right? So be respectful. Don't threaten the kid. This guy was horrified and was traumatized by what happened. He's inspired to share out his testimony. And for those that don't believe it, because it could be a false flag, I have nothing but respect for that, because you guys could be right. Know that I'm not going to rule that out. My intuition, though, is telling me that this is not only all real, that you're going to get some people that are going to bring out stories. News media, even the corrupt ones, are going to bring out stories sometimes to attract people, right? But notice what they're going to be saying when they bring those stories out. That's what you have to, Thank you, Miss Stats. Victor Acosta, Texas in the house. Thank you so much for coming back. Thanks, Victor. Really is impressive, Diana. It's amazing story. Woohoo Wednesday again, Karen Fitz. You scared me. Don't scare me like that. Hit the thumbs up. Did you? Absolutely. On Wednesday, but also don't forget, Karen, on Friday too. Because today we're Friday. Karen does like what I do. I'm so mixed up with depending on what day we are. Half of the time I don't even know what day we are. Thank you, Karen Fitzpatrick. Thanks for the generous contributions. Thanks for being here, for everything that you guys do to help the channel. Howdy, Vinny. Thanks, man. Darla Lama is in the house. Thanks for welcoming everyone, Darla. Darla, one of the oldest modes here. Modes. One of the, not oldest, sorry, one of the longest time mods. One of the oldest people in my community. Darla, congratulations. No, that's not what I wanted to say. It's the oldest mod here. Has been here the longest. One of the longest, one of the first. And since she was the only one that was there from the first and that stuck around, I'll talk about her. A lot of you are starting there. Been a little while. Hang tight, Julie and Gate Smasher. Trump's got it. Bull crap indictment's not going to go through. They're mad. About the crash in Vegas, why did they block the cops' footage of what was there? Rose, because they can't show that on the news media. They can't literally go in the yard. And the news media, there's a certain law for journalist associations, right? Organizations like the one Channel 8 KLAS in Las Vegas, where you're not allowed showing certain parts of someone's yard because it's private territory. If you don't believe that reason, well, it's because obviously they did film it, and it's that media that cut it off there and politely added, oh, well, we're not going to show the person's private yard there. That was a little silly. I think that and that's just my opinion, Rose. I think they were trying to camouflage. Like, this is all like, okay, well, that was cut because you were going to go over to see this. And they showed a little glimpse of the green light coming down. There were cops there that, were asking around. And somebody left me a comment that it's rarely you see cops cool like that and open-minded like that. Well, yeah, and look at it the way you want. Cops have hobbies. You got musicians, you got some are corrupt, but some are the best of cops. Most are, obviously. But some of them are into ufology. And some of them are excited about UFOs and about what happened. And somebody even mentioned in a comment, Bruce, maybe even the reason why they look into that is because the cop did see the light in the sky, and you can be absolutely right. 2 men in black, okay, literally with sunglasses, parked in front of the house, lots going on, aliens on the roof, aliens trying to leave with a payloader. What would have been incredible, please God, next time, allow the alien to drive off with the payloader, because I want to see someone on the corner of the road running alongside of a payloader with this big ass creature, the big mouth and glowing eyes, headed towards the White House or something in this payloader. Can you imagine somebody making a movie like that? No one would watch it. Was that stupid? So now I'm going to tell you this. if it was fake, some of you do think it was fake. Some of the trolls, anyways, that were commenting on the video also were very mad. Do you not think they would have done a better job at the video? Do you not think they would have hired the absolute best actor instead for this poor kid at midnight, family sleeping? Not everyone was up. Maybe the two kids were up. We don't know. You have to go listen to his testimony. I don't want to put words in his mouth. Have people telling me, oh, listen to the testimony and he's saying the opposite. Now he's saying that he's got a tiny eyes and tiny mouth. It's all bullshit lies. The kid didn't do anything wrong, and the kid is traumatized because he heard something explode and crash in his yard. There's a circle that was left, and by the way, it didn't crash in someone's grass. It looks like it crashed in a parking lot, and a lot of you are saying, well, where the hell is the spacecraft? That's what interests me, because what if there aren't any spacecrafts? What if he was shot down by a spacecraft into that force field, a ball of energy? This is not exaggerated at all. And for those that find it exaggerated, leave me a comment. Let me know that I'm crazy. You're allowed to. I won't block you. Okay? They don't have craft. I think that's the story. It's phenomena. It's light. It's an energy around a being that is in another dimension, maybe, or that is entering the physical world with that protective seal around it. Or maybe that protective seal of energy is just for it to crash land and to get onto Earth. Think of it. He didn't, I thought they had said even at one point that they were wearing clothing. So it's not. It's a literal creature, What creatures do we know of that would actually interact and walk around and stuff like that to look a bit less primitive than like a gorilla? Well, Sasquatch. Yeah, the Sasquatch. A lot of you in the comment sections have even mentioned a lot more types of names to me also. And, that's how it is. I always try to get to everyone's comments. I can't always get to everyone's comments, but I tell you, I sure do try. And here we're going to view something here together. Let's see the entire screen here. That's what I'm going to share with you right now. And we're going to put this down right here. We're going to go into the video, some of the things we have seen, some of the things we haven't seen, because now it's a lot more interesting now that they're talking about 10 feet bloody aliens now, isn't it? Without confirming that it's 10 foot. This guy was traumatized. Maybe he's short. Maybe the guy was 7 feet or 8 feet, or maybe he had something, over himself. When he said it was very large, the kid was talking about his height, right? The person, we don't know his nationality. We don't know where he's from. We don't know if English is his first language. Take all that into consideration. So let's start off with the blurry government crap, and then we'll go to my clear research. Okay, check it out. First of all, real quickly, I saw this on Redacted. It's not him that leaked it out, obviously, but it doesn't matter. Just shooting it out there. The Redacted just talked about disclosure and talked with someone that has clearance. It was a very interesting video. So let's begin. What we're looking at here, quite simply, are lights in the sky. It's obviously infrared. It would be at night, and that's the beautiful infrared that the military government is using to be able to see what shit. I don't know. It's pathetic. But just to give you an idea, just look at what we're looking at. You guys know I just showed you a video. Oh, hang on here. I just showed you a video similar to this, where inside of the clouds, there's these little lights that are appearing, 1, then 2, then 3, that are separating themselves, and they're going throughout the clouds, like the cloud was some type of portal. Well, what do you think that we're seeing here? We're just literally seeing UFOs at night all together, not even any special formation, sort of, as a group of people going along. Let's look at something even more incredible, because it's something that reminds me of my own research, and I want to do some comparisons because that's what we're here on the live streams to do. This, what you just saw, was not mine. This is not my footage. This is not my research. This is a video of 3 lights in the sky that is not mine. that I'm sharing. It was shown on Redacted, and I'm showing it again. I know it's not his video. He got that from somewhere. Probably picked it out maybe from years ago. But what are we looking at? Well, we're looking at 3 orbs or spheres that are together. And don't forget, you're going to notice, you might have to look at it once or twice, they're actually moving together in synchronous rotation most often. Watch this. Right? Like it's one object that's extendable there. Whoop, oh, look at that. See that? Into isosceles triangle. Whoop, but then they go back into one ball. You see that? You see that, guys? Isosceles triangle. Look at, just visually look. I can't say anything. Just look at what you're looking at. No words. Just watch. And you'll know what I mean by the uniformity of it and how it turns together and how it goes to one ball, goes back out to an isosceles triangle, to a line. So that means this bugger, if it was a UFO, could look like anything. Could look like a plane, could look like a line, could maybe even develop or shapeshift itself. This one, another very interesting one. It's fast, so I'll pass it by several times for you. It's a little dark, lots of pixelation, of course. This is not my footage. Again, we're not at my footage yet. So I'll just pass it by. Somebody mentioned to me, have you ever seen flashlights in the sky? I've actually filmed it myself. Same thing, but only one going by. But this, it happened recently where they were talking about those lights right there appearing in the sky, like flashlights appearing in the sky. But then we don't see it happening again. So do you understand why they need different organizations or, to be able to characterize everything? Because it's all about characterizing everything. That's what it's all about. So now we're going to go back and see the beautiful, one of my favorites. I've seen and filmed that just last week, guys, on one of my videos, like flailing around in the sky. Why did I show you that? Because I want to do a comparison with this. Somebody in the community told me, Bruce, these 3 lights reminds me of the craft that they showed that are 3 lights that keep separating and shape-shifting. So I had to show this one that reminds me of exactly what that awesome person commented a couple of weeks or even a month back. But look here, he said, Bruce, that's one craft that's opening up its wings and lifting up. It doesn't mean it is, but I want to shoot that out there because I visualized it when he said it. I honestly sort of thought it myself, but when you see it taking off, I mean, look how close it is to the ground. I confirm right here visually that UFOs are lifting up off the ground and they disappear. Is it phenomena? Is it an actual craft? Are they going to the craft? Like the mothership? Those spheres are around in the sky, and I'm filming them day and night. Do I see a lot in a day? Hell no. I only saw them 3 or 4 times, 2 or 3 times. Again, you're getting bored, some of you. This one, the UAP comes right down to see me. It's real infrared footage, and the square and the circular shape that's changing on the inside. There's all different characteristics. So the government can't put them all in the same boat. Those 3 lights that we just saw bobbing around right here, you can't compare that with what I just showed because it's like absolutely not the same thing. So what are you supposed to do with that? And this one here, that's 3 independent lights that rise up. Look, guys, that when it rises up like that, even if you're not a pro, you're going to be able to confirm to me that it's not a helicopter or a plane, because no planes or helicopters don't have strobes, and they sure don't go invisible and put out their lights. Like none of them. Too dangerous, right? And look, that's exactly what they all did. And why simultaneously doing it? These are UFOs lifting up off the ground beside a biological lab, beside a main junction of Hydro-Quebec transformer where it distributes the energy from low energy to high frequency energy. Okay. What do you think the UFOs are doing with that? But now we'll get through this when we saw that one. I don't want to bore you with that. But this one here that you're looking at doesn't mean it's extraterrestrial. Sure, this can be the government that's doing that. That can be governmental secret programs. There's so many of them. There's the black money. that they were using. They all got caught, FBI, CIA, Defense Department doing stuff, DARPA, mind control experiments. Guys, listen, everybody thinks this was going on in the 1900s, right? It was, but it never stopped. As a matter of fact, they grew all those programs. When you hear the Pentagon talking about a program going out and saying, well, we had to close the task force because, the funding and, the fiscal funding wasn't a lot this year. So we're going to have to hear. It's bullshit. It's all bullshit. They're still doing it under the table. They're getting dark funding. So now they need funding from everywhere. So where do you think they're looking to go get funding? China, Russia, maybe Austria, France. They're all involved. They caught a drone recently, a Russian drone. Okay, Russian drone, US parts, Austrian parts, parts from France, parts from all around the world. So the secrets are running deep. And there's a war, like that war in Ukraine and Russia, what's going on. There's not only those countries that are involved, the whole world is involved. And they're hiding it, like they're pretending that it doesn't even exist, Oh, no, everything's going good. We're winning. So those lights that we just saw in this video, these are the ones on the moon. The problem that I have is that they're killing people for talking about aliens that are here on Earth. What about the aliens that are on the moon? You could show this to your 9-year-old and ask your 9-year-old what it is on the moon. You'd be surprised by what they tell you. They could say, I don't know, they're planes, they're bugs flying around, their kids are intelligent. Ask your kid what he thinks it is. Let him know it's on the moon and that we're filming the moon. What's that? What is that moving? They'll say, is somebody alive? Is it somebody running around on the surface of the moon? Who is it? Who the hell is leaving the surface of the moon? And here's the scary part. Right here in the light, right here. Right there in the light. I'm going to tell you the biggest secret in the entire world. And you're going to be surprised that you yourself aren't going to be excited and no one's going to react. The UFOs are all parked right here by the thousands. And they're arriving, taking off, probably picking up people, maybe bringing people, maybe bringing contaminated waste from Earth to store it on the moon, right? Who knows what they're doing? But right there, UFOs are parked. And I'm going to visually show you the UFOs leaving. Oh, let's stop. Hold on. There was more light here. Where did that light go? Let's back up. Let's show exactly. Okay, there's a light here. That's a UFO. Why do I say it's a UFO? Because it's moving. Debris doesn't do that. That little light that you see here, that little smudge. Hope you don't have a cell phone to see that. That little smudge is going to disappear in a second or two. I'm going to play it right now. Hang on. It disappeared from here. That one disappeared from here. And now one appears over on the left. So that means in Mare Fecunditatis, all these lit platforms are all where the people, beings, whatever they are parked. Could be drones. Some of you said, Bruce, maybe it's drones. They're actually not in the moon. Oh, God, no problem. It can be that they could be there on the moon. But I highly doubt it, right? Here's another one. Sparking up a massive fire behind its ass. Hang on. Look. Right there. That's the UFO. And that is the massive friggin' fire at the back of a UFO. I've caught hundreds of them. They're up there. And if they're not talking about that in disclosure, it's because that's the source of the secret. So what's going to come out is going to be everything except for the moon. But it's going to be bad. Good for us, bad for the government. Because whistleblowers on the inside are exposing the government. Guys, they're sick of what's going on. They're sick of the diversity programs being forced on everyone. They're sick of the pandemic. They're sick of the gender bullshit that they're pushing on to everyone. The ideology, it's ridiculous. Fighting the blacks and the whites together, making racist now. Everything's so racist, doing that trans pride events that they're everyone's going woke and all of a sudden, putting rainbows on beers. Everyone's going friggin' haywire and crazy. You don't think people on the inside of the government are sick of being embarrassed to go in and do their jobs every day? Some of them must be doing some of the jobs, you'd think. that someone would want to expose what's going on inside? I would tell you probably most of the government right now is exposing the corrupt asses on the left and in Congress. You have the both sides. You have the idiots on the conservative side. You have the idiots on the Democrat side that they're not speaking out. They should be speaking out. They should be speaking out a lot more. With the indictment and everything going on, it's absolutely crazy. But that's a UFO that is moving around. And when he moves around, you can see the fires of the UFO. You can see the lit surface of the moon, thus proving that those UFOs are close to the surface. And then I started really going nuts and thinking, well, maybe some of these lights aren't even in the atmosphere of the moon. Maybe there's actually some type of transportation for some of the moon people. Comment section, some of you said, Bruce, the moon people are already here. They're intertwining, right? They didn't use that word, but it's sort of mingling with the humans. They're watching the planet to be sure the planet doesn't explode, right? You got to agree with me that, right? Whether they're here or not, or the aliens that are here or not, we all know that there's Betelgeuse. Betelgeuse is many light years away from us. Why are our scientists and professionals sending probes there to analyze it? And why are we worried that it's going to explode? Why are we going there? Because of that. Well, aliens are going to do the same thing. Somebody said aliens are probably coming by because they notice all the wildfires. Maybe they notice all the volcanoes, the volcanic activity. It's happening. Christy Lindsay said it, was talking about the magma creating a lot of pressure in the tectonic plates. And I'm telling you, Christy and everyone, that's been going on for years. They've been declaring in San Andreas a fault line, which basically separates a part of California, northern, southern. California is really big, right? It's expanding, it's cracking. And what's going on the inside, all that information, all those numbers that they know, nobody's talking about. Sorry, guys. Nobody's talking about it, right? So again, interesting UFO. This was filmed 2 years ago. All my research, we're arriving at the 7th year, will be completed in August. I'll be starting my 8th year of research, folks. You see how that brightens the surface for us? How it shows us some of the secrets? Look at that. Showed us that there's atmosphere. They're trying to help us, right? People on the moon might be stuck there on the moon, guys, like we're stuck here. That could absolutely be. Look at it. It can't all be UFOs. Some of it has to be debris, right? Of course. We're not hiding it. I'm not hiding it. It's still beautiful that you can see that on the moon. Me, it, makes me very emotional. Here's a biological creature, folks, letting off some gases. Or it's debris letting off some gases. That could very well be. Look at all the toxins that are coming out of the Russian spy satellite. A couple of years that have been up there, they have chemicals and toxins inside of those satellites and nuclear bullshit that's, they're hitting themselves on the moon continually. Whoa, whoa, whoa here. Hitting themselves on the moon. I want you to take a really good look at what I'm showing you. You come up with a term for me for this. You come up with a term on how to present this. You have a 14-inch telescope. This is the haze on the moon. So to put in context so people don't get confused, just quite simply the gray moon, like everyone says, a gray moon. Okay. I went in really close, obviously, because I wanted to show that. And you're going to see, it looks like visually, it looks like a big net, a fisherman's net on an ocean. I want to shoot that one in there. And you see them both expand, and at different times, these two objects will either react with a chemical or gas in the lunar atmosphere, or they will just, I don't know, chemtrailing, whatever the hell they're doing. I went as far as saying it's an alien taking a piss in space, and you can laugh all you want. Check this out. Look at this. There you go, pissing in the pool. You got to make it funny too, right? Because this is really funny, scary. So what am I doing here? I'm just converting it so that you can very well see the reaction, chemical reaction. Whatever it is a chemical reaction. It's not debris because they stopped. So what the hell do you want it to be? Right? Watch these explosions. NASA said it's near impossible, look it up, to find an asteroid hitting the moon. Nearly impossible. How come I have over 50 videos of them? And the reason why I'm saying an asteroid hit the moon is because that's what NASA says it is, unfortunately. Before going to see the spaceships chemtrailing, let's look at what happens around that explosion or flash that we see on the moon. Notice you'll see the light in this black circle. And over to the left, you're going to see the trail of smoke that was caused by that explosion, right? Ready? Boom. Notice this line of smoke here is going to disappear. Hey, did you see what I just showed you? For me, that's what got me more popular back in the day, is that I was able to show details like that. I mean, it's important to see that there's smoke lifting up off the surface right there. Watch this. Could be a war up there. Boom. Look at the smoke. Look at it leaving. Look at it leaving. Look at it leaving the sun. I'll show it a couple times. It's incredible. Explosion or whatever it is, a flash, and then the smoke's disappearing because now all the surface is agitated, right? So underneath everything you see in that screen and here can be a haze. Are they terraforming or hiding under a thick haze that they create themselves, the moon people? Let me know what you think of that. Right here, that's a spacecraft that, unfortunately, we can't tell if it's round or if it's square, but it does look squarish. Here, I want you to watch what's happening with the smoke there. Showing a light on the moon, anybody can do that. Even that's hard, actually. But showing smoke coming from it is a must because, UAP task force, they say it themselves. They want to characterize all of these captures. So you could imagine how many of them that they have standing by that winds up as data that are, unclassified, that you can't characterize because there's lots of different phenomena occurring. But guys, they're not doing anything of this on the moon. And what I'm showing is directly on the bloody surface. So this, excuse me, would be over top of all this smoke. So if you see the smoke here, it's because it's not the surface, and that under this movement of smoke is the real surface, and that this object is flailing around in the atmosphere, and there's just no explanation. Watch what happens to it. I'm sorry, this is as clear as I can show it. Big explosion of smoke behind it. Again, chemical reaction, possibly. So if there's a fight inside of the agencies, David Grush is pissed off that he doesn't have access to seeing all that spacecraft garage or wherever the hell they are. They could be anywhere in the world, guys. Now I'm going to mention something to you. I'm going to take a chance to say it. I'm going to be very careful saying it because I mentioned it a long time ago. Nobody has mentioned it before, ever, from Linda Moulton Howe all the way up to Stephen Greer, Carl Sagan, you name it, whoever you want to. I'll go as far back as what's his name, Vincent Price. His laughter in the Michael Jackson song. Anyways, I believe that those vehicles that David Grush is talking about are held on the moon. You've never heard anyone say that, I bet you. Maybe Stephen Greer is going to talk about it on the 11th. Maybe the structures that we are seeing are holding all those vehicles. I think on the moon, they could be testing those vehicles, and they could be testing anti-gravity, which, don't forget, the Black Vault leaked from FOIA, Freedom of Information Act, proved that the Pentagon, was it Pentagon or CIA or FBI? I think it was Pentagon. We're testing anti-gravity experimentation with secret associations, by the way, unknown, on the moon. They wanted to. That was leaked out, that information. They also wanted to experiment with teleportation, time travel, all real. Just like in an X-Files movie, right? You're going to say, but it's all very real. I believe on the moon, everything that they're looking for here on Earth could actually be up there. Maybe Elon Musk is bringing the crafts that are cut in half or that are small enough to fit into a large Falcon rocket or whatnot, Dragon rocket, sorry, whatever, and that are keeping those objects on the moon, and that the Galactic Federation is keeping that as a secret, and that maybe even, obviously, some of the aliens that they caught, some of the bodies, maybe some living alien would have wanted to retrieve those bodies. Would you not be afraid capturing an alien being, intelligent, possibly, that the other aliens on the planet that this alien is from, or star or other dimension, would they not be able to know that that alien was killed here by us, the humans, or that we have their UFO craft? I'll tell you what. You want to know another secret? Want to hear about good intuition? I didn't even look this up online. Where are the spy balloons going? Where are the UFOs mostly seen? Where are events happening in towns where it's like takeovers and coups are occurring more than in other states and areas? Why do some states speak about certain things and other states don't speak about certain things? If the alien retrieval programs are bringing and keeping those vehicles here on Earth, could they be inside of some type of cave, archaeological site? Or are the extraterrestrials or lights that we're seeing in the sky, are they here to take back all those retrieved alien spacecraft? Hear me out, because they were just waiting for us to be able to experiment with them and to leave the firmament, or to try to get out of the firmament, if there is one at all. They're here to maybe stop humans from doing the nuclear. We don't know what's going on the outskirts of the world, and we don't know what's going on the inside of our planet. There could be a massive war going on, or that has always been going on, and that now it's going to be leaked. Interagency fighting. The fact that there's interagency fighting is the most incredible thing, because for me, when there's fighting, truth comes out. What happens when your two beautiful boys or little girls or kids at home that you love so much start fighting because somebody did something, the other one doesn't want to get caught for it, and they start fighting? He did it. No, he did it. But then the truth comes out. Well, that's what's happening inside of the agencies. There's a fight inside of the three-letter associations. There's also the dismantling of those three-letter associations. So people are going to start to speak out. They're going to start jumping ship, right? That's exactly what's going on. This beautiful object I caught with an infrared camera flying by Betelgeuse 1 year before it exploded. It was during the Orion meteor showers, and I saw this incredibly large object going by that was flipping around, guys. And look at what it's doing. Do you understand why the tail is like this? Because this massive square object with other parts is spiraling around in space, and I was able to capture it with the infrared camera. And it happens sometimes. You can get a lot of stuff out there flying around, right? A lot of stuff that they're both talking to us about, and some stuff that they don't want to talk to us about. So it could be a comet, but let me tell you something here. Pause it here. It could be a comet, but look what they're saying about Oumuamua. Oumuamua is an alien object, and they said it has absolutely no characteristics to anything related to asteroids or meteors. So there's definitely a problem with that. This is with the infrared camera. Couple nights ago, we're going to see a massive, all I can say is flare up electromagnetic static, incredibly coming from this object, which you can only see with the infrared camera. But there's another smaller object up here in the circle, and you're going to see both of these travel across the sky. It's really short, and I just want you to see this object flare up. I get lots of different characteristics of things that they do. Then watch it get intense. Watch. See that? How it went up? Oh, it's going to get worse. There it is. Watch this. Guys, that is what people are saying, telling me is a satellite in the sky there, okay? It's really low in the sky. Look at it go by. Look at the intensity of light that this mama has. There's two objects, by the way. The other one's going by on top, too. These are just very short, cool, documented evidence, visual video evidence of, quite simply, hey, it looks like it's going to blow up. Look at that. Wow. Wow. See, that was the size of the smaller one that's over top. So that's also incredible. So they're going to have to characterize these lights. They're going to come up with new terms like, I think they pretty much got it all set there. They have the aerial phenomena. They have the anomalous phenomena. And don't forget, even though they don't talk about it a lot, they consist of researching everything in space, everything in the sky around Earth, and on land. So now we're talking like Skinwalker Ranch. Skinwalker Ranch, they believe that there's something underneath the ranch that is very magnetic. As a matter of fact, they've even found magnets and pulled some out of the ground. And they have no idea what it is. Is it an alien craft? You see, they're buzzing around installations, these UFOs. It could very well be that they're buzzing around these installations because they're trying to see where the retrieval crafts were brought to. Is Skinwalker Ranch where they're holding the retrieval crafts? Are they separated? Do they have some in the White House? Do they have some at Area 51? Or are the ones at Area 51 governmental? From after back engineering. They've been back engineering, guys, for many years. China's been doing the same thing. They've known since the Cold War, obviously before the Cold War, that UFOs existed. They probably had caught them back then themselves. This, my friends, is a UFO that is not going to go across the sky, but instead is going to go deep into the field of the deep field and disappear and split in two. One of my favorites. We'll show it twice. We're almost done here. Go back to the comments. There it is. You probably missed it. Things happen fast, eh? Got to keep your eye on that ball. Keep your eye on the bouncing ball, and there it separates in two, and boom. Let's see that one more time here because it's video's done after that. Just my favorite. Watch the bouncing ball leave in the depth of field in the center of the screen. Put your finger on each side. It's not moving. It's going to split in two and disappear. Get smaller. Again, split in two. Do UFOs, Bruce, have you ever seen a UFO splitting in two? Yes. Has the government ever seen a UFO splitting in two? Yes. Right? Look at them. You can see the magnetism. You see how they go whoop, 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 whoop. They hover. It turns. All those three lights are turning together. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching that one with me. And we'll stop sharing. I hope you found that interesting. I hope you enjoyed the new UFO ones that we were able to also to visualize. That's like, wow. Beyond cool. And we're back. Flurf hard. You do that, real life. Hey, Carlene, thank you so much, my dear friend. Keeping up with the diet. Yeah, I really got to keep up with the diet. You are not alone, Karen. They get away from me too. Big Snood in the house. Hey, how's it going, my friend? Thanks, you guys. I am Kai again. Thanks for being here. A lot of people will not be able to handle the whole truth. That's a good question, Christina. And she says, I've been waiting for this my whole life. I hear you. I hear you. I think most of us are going to love this that's happening. Where there's going to be corruption and stuff, I don't believe there's going to be any suicides and stuff. It's not going to go to that point. There's going to be a lot of name calling, a lot of crybabies on social media. A lot of people will be totally insulted. One person, you'll get people stop going to church, and you'll get, sure, good. That's very, very good. People should wake up to the reality, the truth. Gwen, Priggett, how's it going, my friend? See, if you've seen it, and I believe you, and that's it. When somebody saw it once for the first time, just once, you'll never allow anyone not to allow you to believe that. Anika, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, my beautiful friend. So sweet. I did the old mouth organ. It sounds good, though. A mic and amplifier with reverb, blues all the way. The real Wayno. Now you're talking. That's all you need. A little bit of reverb, a little bit of the echo, not the echo delay, but just a little bit of the. I use a large room filter so that you can hear the clapping echo like in the background. Yeah, you know, mouth organ. I haven't heard that in a long time. Mouth organ. I'm right. Harmonica, blues all the way. Yeah, it's badass. I love playing the harmonica. I only know one song, and it's that one video I did because it's the only time I ever played. All instruments. I should do it with the saxophone too. Walk into the store, buy a saxophone, and not cut the video. Sit down, because the first time I buy a saxophone, you know what I'm going to be playing, right? No, kidding. Careless Whispers. I'm kidding. I'm going to be singing The Pink Panther the day I come home with a saxophone. I got lots of dreams, guys. I dream to have a boat, dream to have a Harley one day, dream to have a whole bunch of things, but I don't go and get them. I don't go and get them. I just dream about them. Hopefully it's just me and my condition, but I've had the about to cry lump in throat all day, no real reason. That scares me when I get that, man. I've gotten that. I have deep intuition about certain things sometimes. Right now, I have the lump of happiness, and I'm not talking about the lump in my pants. I'm talking so bad. I'm talking about the lump in my heart for the excitement of what's going to happen. I was overwhelmed with tears yesterday when I heard David Grush say a couple of things, and I got really emotional because for me, I'll say like Christina said, I've been waiting all my life for this truth to come out. But I assure you guys, before calling false flag event, I'd wait. There's a false flag event going on right now, and it's Trump's indictment. Whether you like him or not, I'm telling you guys, it's illegal what they're doing. It is, unfortunately. And they're going to be doing it again and again. You got Pelosi, Nancy the drunkard Pelosi, throwing at a baseball game. What the hell is that? What is going on? These guys bought the states, guys. You got Biden, Pelosi, and what's that other guy that talks in Congress that has the squirrel cheeks and talks like this, like he's, and his mouth doesn't move very much. It's the old man that talks with his glasses low on his face. Anyways, one of those guys, that guy too. I got to imitate. You know what I should do though, is that I'm good at imitating voices, and I can imitate every voice of every person on Congress, from DeSantis to Trump to anyone. I should make a comedy channel and just start mocking and ridiculing them. Does that mean? It's honestly what I feel like doing sometimes. What the heck's going on with my YouTube? What are these on here today? Oh, yeah. Pride, flower, rainbow, heart, pride, person, earth, intersex, pride. I'm reading what they stand for. The words are right there, guys. Whoa. The pride flower. The heart, pride, person, earth, intersex, pride, person. The heart, lesbian, pride, person. The flower, power, non-binary, slapping hour, pride, person. I'm making some of them up. The flower, pansexual, pride. Heart, rainbow, Philly pride flowers. You got Philly trans too? Okay. The turquoise transgender? I'm confused. Rainbow, open pride, face, pink earrings, unicorn, rainbow man. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Well, they did that to push, onto people. The trans thing. So sad they're doing that. The CIA even put CIA, and the I, they put PR and DE on each side of the I. Pride. It's like, I'm telling you, holding back. Thank you, Miss Stats. You guys want to email me? The email's there. Oh, Bruce didn't put up the banner. Hey, Bruce was so excited to get on the most important day today and didn't even put up the banner. It's not going to change anything, or maybe it will. My friends, if you're new to the channel, if you're like me, you're continually inspired to meeting new people. Sometimes you meet someone that you trust and you were wrong about the person. The person turned out to be a liar and disappointed you. If you're new to this channel and you want to know what the hell Bruce's story is about, you want to find out if I'm real, if I'm fake shit or not. I did a couple of FM radio interviews. Go check them out. I did the big conference that was presented by the Carter administration, founded by the Carter administration, presented by the United States government and Unidentified Aerial Task Force, and the Pentagon and Garpan Ufology, the host of it, the ufologist himself, the owner, presented my work in there and offered me a chance to sit on a friggin' panel with like the most intelligent people in the bloody world. But why aren't anyone here? Well, because UFOs and ufologists are a secret thing, secret panels. Not many people go to the big conference of UFOs, in person, yes, but online, you look at the people watching, you see like there's 200-300 people watching a UFO thing. If you're here for truth, I'm telling you, the moon is either actively visited or could even be inhabited. There's structuring up there. If we consider the visual proof of the 90-degree angles, which I've showed you guys tens of times at least, right? The 90-degree angles, even some rectangles. There's some circles, some squares, some perfect triangles, lions and tigers and bears. Most likely, How did the president reach the astronauts on the 69 Apollo mission? You got to wonder how they haven't even installed the 5G yet. They're going to have a satellite for the 5G. They're going to have to put up towers on the surface. They're going to have to come up with a cement first that's going to build platforms for the launch pads and landing pads. I mean, this all has to be done. It's been going on. They've been doing this for ages, talking about all of that. All the information that they brought out about the moon that they just found out, guys, is all based on information from the Apollo missions. For Pete's sakes, back in the 60s. It's ridiculous. Denis Vaillancourt, merci beaucoup. Yeah, I'm going down here. Anyone been following crop circles? Yes, we have. Lots of us do here in the last few days, weeks. The Wiltshire, UK, and one in Italy. Very interesting. Thanks for sharing that. More good news. And again, the alien that just occurred, that young man left a perfectly ringed circle in the parking lot. The parking lot where the 10-foot alien tried to leave with the payloader. See, I have a hard time too keeping a real serious face, right? I'm trying not to deliberately laugh. But what's funny about it, though, you realize, agree with me, guys, humans are like that. The end of the world, okay, right before it crashes down, for sure, in the group of people, you're going to see people joking. It's always going to be the human is always going to find a serious situation, not necessarily funny, but laugh because the reaction's just off, right? I've frozen before for fear. Literally froze. Like somebody swung a baseball bat on the table in front of me, Danielle, asshole, to do his fresh because this guy was, he was just entering, big groups like Hells and stuff like that. You've heard of prospects and all that. Wink, wink. You get it? So this guy puts the bat on the table and goes, Pat Clow, listen here, we go here, like Stallone, starts talking to me. When he put the bat down, the reaction I had with my eye, my crazy one big eye and the small shaking eye looking at him, he got scared. It's like a kangaroo. It was like a kangaroo fight. They punch, they put their feet out, How do you give in to kangaroo? You go down on your knees. You go down, and then the other kangaroo will go down, then I'll go and give you a kiss, and then... Why am I talking about this? TGIF to YouTube, Obana. Basically, Burns, if you're an alien, it's now time to come out of the closet. Yeah, Yeah. I've been out of the closet with my alien life a long time ago. They're 1000% for real, not because of the latest BS. Yeah, they're real for sure. And whether the latest be BS or not, why would think of it, guys? We say that they never talk about aliens. We say that the media never admits that there's aliens. They never allow us to hear 9/11 calls from somebody calling in for an alien, and they did. They even showed a couple of the police officers in Las Vegas, of all places. You know, they're probably more open-minded down there and probably more attentive to the sky because there's a lot going on in the sky. Las Vegas, city of lights. They don't call that for nothing. It's not necessarily because of the lights in Las Vegas, probably. Adios, Hatla. Thank you very much for the kind contributions, brother. Julie and everyone, thanks you guys. All hail Bruce, mods, and all of Bruce Nationals. Mix Mayhem is in the house. Hope you're all doing well. All thoughts to you for Canada and those highly destructive fires. It's dreadful, guys. And the all-encompassing smoke. Yes, right. And, well, like I tell my American friends, you make a choice. You either want the duck shit or the smoke, because that's what we're offering you. Smoke encompassing New York, and get ready because in the next few days it's going to get a lot worse, even though 2 days ago it was horrendous. I looked around on EarthCam. Actually, I had some videos here. I should have made a video. I got a whole bunch of clips here. I went to Niagara Falls on EarthCam to look. I went to Boston. I looked all over, the area where that smoke is coming from Quebec. And yeah, it's pretty bad all the way up. Little tiny microfibers that are smaller than small that are being traveling in the wind, carbon monoxide miniature fibers that are going into your lungs. So if you have air circulation system that's permanently built in your attic, and you have vents and ducts, changing the air in your house, turn them off, whether in Quebec or New York. Turn them off because it's extremely dangerous. Cindy Durbin, Jesus is the only protection. God bless. He's involved too. Is it Rose? Thanks for letting me know that. Hey, wow. Another crop circle on top of it. I will be checking that out. Right here beside the town of Ormstown, 10 to 12 large crop circles landed right in the field, and there are no lights in that town. There's one road and not a lot of people, no highways. So whatever it is that's landing in those area, the corn, barley, and wheat fields, it has to be some type of reason they land in those fields. Nobody can get to them, right? There's no roads to them. They land there and they leave us messages. Really is, Bradley. Swaney, thanks again for coming in, brother. Thank you very much. Diana Boss, again, thank you. Project Bluebeam, I wanted to talk about that, Christina. Is not going to happen. I repeat, Project Bluebeam is not going to happen. You took the words right out of my mouth. Project Bluebeam is not a real project. It could be what people said that the project was doing exists. I'm pretty sure it does. But Project Bluebeam will never make it that far. I believe if somebody was to do a fake alien invasion, I believe that it won't get any worse than the lights that we're seeing maybe landing and taking off from the surface. I really don't see them landing these 10-foot. I actually think that was something real. Benefit of the doubt, I'll believe everyone and anyone until I see otherwise when you look at it. Thank you, Mr. Pat Kassar in the house. Thanks for being here. Yes, Christina. Exactly. That's what's going on. For first public contact, it's going to be shown in a very, very beautiful way. A lot of our lives are going to be changed, and a lot of money is going to be made from this. Of course, because that's the goal all the time. Right on, Darla. I'm in a good mood on Fridays. We're being prepared for contact for sure, Bradley. We're on. Latest BS is somewhat good. but the truth has already happened decades ago. Real life, I agree with that. Absolutely. It has happened somewhat some time ago, but it's going to be in increments. So in other words, what a lot of the old whistleblowers and people knew about the fake moon landings and stuff like that, they went, guys. I can confirm it, but not the way they show the public. I keep repeating the same exact thing. I've never changed what I said. But yeah, we're not going to make it to the alien invasion, and we're not going to make it to the 2030 agenda Depop, because aliens are coming round the corner when they come. They'll be coming around the corner when they come. The aliens are coming around the corner. Oh, they're coming around the corner. Oh, they're here. Aliens are right here. They're in the governments. Most of them probably even look a lot like us. They're the ones that are giving us the information on which aliens that are bad. So to get us into the wing of things, to be able to know which aliens to start attacking, you must know, like me, some of you, or have the same feeling that 2 or 3 years ago, Space Force and the astronauts and everything now are really going to be working with UFOs and aliens around that now. A lot of people saw a lot of things and didn't want to bring up the information. It was badass hard for a military person themselves, male or female, to be able to talk about UFOs to their higher officials. It's hidden, and it's hidden in a way where there are people working in the military that are there just for that, to be hiding UFOs. They're secretive. They're planted. A lot of them are planted. You got double agents. You got a whole bunch of weirdos and wackos. 45 likes, I'll take it. Can we get up to 100 likes? My goodness. I wonder. Morning to you, Jules of Southern Oregon. Trying to stop Mr. Trump from being president again. Yes. Yet they let all other politicians get away with provable crimes. Makes us sick, really. Yeah, and I hear you. My American friends especially. I mean, 8 figures that Biden has accepted for deals to change politics. Oh, telephone. One moment. Maybe it's the government. That was so weird. That is such a weird call. Again, hold on. Mute is off. Testing. So, David Grush is not allowed to have clearance. I need some coffee here. Anyone want any? We got Luis Elizondo, who's I can't really say he's testifying. Yeah, he sort of is. Is he in court? Like, what's going on? They want to take away his clearance. There's someone on the inside that wants to take away his clearance. So there's fighting amongst the UATF, amongst the Air Force, amongst the Pentagon, where the Pentagon doesn't want to share files with anything related in ufology, and China doesn't want to share with the unidentified aerial task force. Now, the task force is an organization that they created with judges in different fields, people in different fields and research, to be able to certify exactly what we are seeing, what the UFOs are by characterizing them. And then they changed it. So now there's a fight where the Congress wants to know about the secret retrieval programs, but apparently they're not even talking about it to the Congress. They don't know about it. So now the Congress is going to stick its dirty nose into that to try to find out what's going on. And I'm loving this. I'm just loving everything that's going on. What's all this noise going on here? I'm loving it. Who says that? It's McDonald's, I guess. Don't go there anymore. Let's go, guys. Thank you very much for being here. If you're interested in UFOs, well, you're in the right place because my research is real. 14-inch telescope is real. Thanks to my community and we bought this expensive, incredibly expensive telescope, and we'll be continuing to update and continue to do research. So our friend really had a lot of problems bringing out the truth. And David Grush is one of the most trusted, by the way. Don't forget that. You can't take away the credibility that somebody has. The most trusted. Not a lot of people trust anyone in the government, but honestly, there's probably a lot of good people. Scared myself saying it, but I'm almost sure that it's true, that there are some good people in the government. Yeah, thank you very much, you guys. Absolutely. As much as possible. Very politely done. Well done. We want the government to come clean, but can they be trusted? Not to the use of truth as a weapon against us. Well said. Yeah, that's how it is. Dwight D. Eisenhower. Yes, Diana Boss. Absolutely. And him amongst a lot of other people. You have Eisenhower's daughter, Gail, I'm not sure what her name is, that is actually working on Stargate projects and exposing them and whatnot. So there's lots going on, whether again these people be real or not, right? It's really happening. Patrick, thanks, man. Good day to you, Brad Thurkel. Thanks for coming back, you guys. Thanks for being here over the year. Yes, this find is very interesting, but I think we knew all along, let's face it, 100%. I'm sure, just like me, Brad, you're not, well, you're excited, but you're not impressed about what's coming out. You're more like, probably like me saying, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I'm basically seeing like the way I'm taking this is, wow, it's about time that what we already knew or doubted or were sure about, we're pretty sure about in theory, is coming out. Finally, it's going to be coming out. But do you remember the last few streams and even weeks and months ago? I keep telling you guys, it's going to come out, disclosure, but it's going to be leaked, and there's going to be a massive fight inside of the elites organization. They're going to fight together. Remember just last month, a couple of weeks ago, even last stream, I was talking about that because you have these different generations. You're always looking at what the hell is his name? He must be on the verge of dying. He's like 96 or something like that. A lot of these, the bad ones, the elites and the Rothschilds and stuff, they're still, in charge. But since what's been going on with the Rothschilds, the fake Windsor family, they're giving over the keys to the cottage. I think they're losing their power there, right? I'm going to put Dumbo on the Canadian money, by the way. Canadians, get ready. We're going to have Charles for the rest of your living life on the bills in Canada. So that's what we have to look forward to. I don't know if they're going to make the bills a little bigger, maybe have two big round corners like Mickey Mouse bill or something. Anyways. You guys want to send me some UFO parts? Can't be too big because the box is not that big. Andrew Lepensi. Whoop. Everyone disappeared, and now where's Andrew? There he is. Secret is we are the aliens. Of course, I can confirm it. Different races are different species. Yes. All say it. What did they do to us? Yes. They advanced our intelligence by manipulating our DNA. That's what they're doing. Not the way fuckface Gates is doing it, but the way an alien would do it. We are alien. We're all alien, and we're different species. And we have to learn. We've been learning for the longest of times to get along together, right? There's always that sense of, well, I'll get along with other races, but there's that feeling that I'm still not exactly like them. Why are we so different? Not that different, but we are, again, very different. We are the aliens for sure. We're definitely the aliens. Donovan, thank you very much. We're the aliens, and they came and they manipulated our DNA, and they literally evolved us, helped us evolve. And now I'm going back to, if you go on Joe Rogan, which I'd love to have his podcast. I would talk a lot more than Joe. Joe, I love you, man, but you're not, you're too lefty. You get completely over to the right and just blow the shit out of the park. Some of these people are smart and they know that they can't say absolutely everything, but I'm telling you, we are definitely the aliens. I believe we were created by aliens. And when somebody comes here and says, Bruce, we weren't created by aliens, we're created by God. Yeah, God's an alien. Like, wake up. Like, maybe that's just quite simply what it is. That's just my opinion. Don't worry about it, guys. Don't get mad because Bruce thinks that God, in theory, could be an alien. I'm not even saying that I think it is. I'm saying that how dare anyone rule out that possibility? You're the only one that's going to be very upset. Really? If it's not Trump, what now? What did they indict a Biden? Would be fun. Let me guess. Hunter Biden. They indicted Hunter to compensate for having, indicted Trump. Trump at Mar-a-Lago estate, beautiful estate, opens for the public. He has some retrieved information and documents from the White House, like all the presidents did before him, Bush, Dad Bush, son Bush, Obama, Clinton, they all did it, including Biden, who I'm repeating myself here, had 1,800 boxes, has 1,800 boxes, some of them on the floor beside his Corvette with a paper-thin garage door, which he leaves open all afternoon. Not that I know, but somebody told me. And no lock on anything. FBI, swarms Mar-a-Lago, right? And enters Mar-a-Lago, starts leaving with certain information and boxes and items and even clothing, for Christ's sakes. Inside of Mar-a-Lago, where Trump had a couple of boxes during his presidency, by the way, those papers were from his presidency, had a padlock on a locked room, okay? FBI says there'll be no problems as long as you put a second padlock on the door and left. And now they're indicting him. And I can confirm to you all that Trump, unfortunately, it's as corrupt as we get. Bad things are going to happen. If they haul off his ass and bring him to jail, he's going to be left there. And bad stuff is going to happen. Also good stuff, because on the inside, people are going to wake up. The truth is going to come out on the inside from the people that we hate the most and mistrust the most, the governments. Turns out that humans are, smarter than we think, and they're probably going to try to save the sinking boat. I don't think the boat can be saved, but I think they're going to be able to make everybody jump off the boat so that they don't drown. Hopefully. Media has zero respect for our leaders. Our children need better role models. Absolutely, Rose. I hear you. 200K subs on the way. UFOs are mainstream again. Hey, Stargazer, thank you very much. 46 and 2. I love you for it. I hope so. I admit I am a little worried about the quantity of people here. Do you guys know that I get 38,000 views a month? It was 48,000 views last month. It was 75,000 views 2 months ago. 100,000 views 6 months ago. And 8 months ago, I used to get 140,000 views. And now it's down to 38,000. The French channel gets about, 8,000 views a month, I think, or something like that. So they're definitely keeping me back, unfortunately. Pretty sure our friend Jean-Claude, Beyond Mystic 003 channel, those of you that don't know him, or those of you that do know him, I'm pretty sure he will also be touching on the story with what's recently been going on, with David Grush and the alien story, that a lot of people are laughing and interested about. And there's a lot to that, Blue Light. Awesome. Thanks, Julie. Hans Valentine, how's it going, brother? Hello, Bruce, and all you loving people. Greetings from Denmark. I went and got a coffee, and I never take any sips, do I? Well, if you're fasting, guys, drink a lot of water. See, Bruce is going to put his lipstick on for Pride Week. No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry, guys. Sometimes the joke's just, it's too much. Isn't it hard? You guys, some of you have a hard time. Some of you have a hard time. Some of you have a hard time holding back, talking about certain issues. Like when you hear a fight come out with the blacks and the whites, and a whole bunch of black people, or maybe you're black and a whole bunch of white people, and that you get along with them, and you sort of feel bad because you're not racist against them and stuff. Are there racist whites? Sure. Are there racist blacks? I would assume, right? Look, I'm almost afraid to say that there is. It's like it's become an attack. Why don't women have a flag? Probably because it would just be a flag with two boobs. But anyways, I think women should deserve to have a flag. That rainbow flag belongs to the women because it's men trying to be women. That's one thing I have a hell of a hard time holding back. I disagree with men going to women's bathrooms, especially in effing schools. Share the love, guys, and hit that like button. Mix Mayhem, always greatly appreciated. Why did the cops' body cam black out when he went to the backyard? I'm telling you guys, yeah, absolutely good noticing, guys. Good on you for noticing, Donovan. That's just my opinion, but I'm pretty sure that a lot of you are going to agree with me, if not all of you, most of you. The reason why he did that is because the news media walking around the yard, and maybe there was a craft there, maybe there was a fire that was there. They didn't want to show it. They cut it off. But Donovan, hang tight. The video of the backyard is out there somewhere, and it's going to be coming out. I've seen parts of it. It's coming out, and it's going to come out. I'm going to talk about it more and more. The government's actually going to come on. Pentagon will be talking about the 10-foot aliens, and I'm sure they're going to be discrediting it. Or what? I mean, what do you want to say about, a young man that saw something? He couldn't have taken pictures with a cell phone, I was saying, because he was on a phone with 9/11. But don't you worry, he took pictures before, apparently. Who do you think has those pictures? That's right, Pentagon. Why are they holding him back? That's right, national insecurity. Quite simply, that's why they're holding it back. Report facts, not opinion. That's why we all love Bruce. He's truth. I love you, Rose. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, you guys. And thanks for appreciating the information that's out there. This is the biggest story ever. I'm beyond excited. I'm doing research on the moon of UFOs that are literally right there, and I've proven it, and the government's not even touching it. All the countries of the world are talking about UFOs on Earth, and no one's talking about on the moon. And you know what I mean. Nobody, guys. I'm not talking about the odd channel that says, oh, here's a UFO going by the moon. They're there, and they always were there. And they're probably here too amongst us. So now a lot of us know a lot of things here together, and we learned a lot together, guys. And we know a lot. If I tell you, what's a breakaway civilization? You're going to laugh. Bruce, Jesus, that's old terms. Yeah, well, still, it's, just a couple of years back, people weren't talking about breakaway civilizations. I sure as hell knew nothing about interpolations. Like my friend that came by here that mentioned it. I was actually talking to you guys for years about interpolations and techniques and atmosphere and changes around and chemical reactions. But the proper term, interpolations. I meet some cool people here that come by, that guide me in the right way, that lend me the proper terms sometimes, and that give me a little heads up that, Bruce, don't you worry, you are being watched. I confirm it. I can't say more than that, but you're being watched. I let the things go. I let the flow. I go with the flow. It is, Andrew. You know it, brother. World War III is part digital warfare. And honestly, it's the digital warfare. It's the scariest friggin' part, honestly. Seriously. Thank you so much, Julie. If you guys want a base on your wall, that's the place to go and see it on Pictorem. Every single video that I make, I will put that Pictorem link and the contributing links in the description of the videos. Do check out the description of the videos, guys, because some people in the last video, which I'm sure they were just trolls, but they're saying, when was this filmed? You don't even say when it was filmed. Day one, it says, this video was filmed on May 1st, 2023, and first presented to the public hours ago. And people were like, hours ago. This is on May 1st, you liar. Just because they don't go read the friggin' description in the video. Hilarious. Monica Pierce, thank you very much for being here. Rod R, thanks again, hey brother. We have Dan W that's here. Lol, I'd be beating feet in the opposite direction at a high rate of speed. See, that's realistic. Dan W. A 10-foot alien, no way in effing hell am I going to talk loud. Like, he's outside. You're going to say, yeah, there's an alien, right? He's right in the window there. He's outside. I'm taking, hang on, ma'am. I'm going to take some pictures of him. Can you go by? Yeah, like that, please. Yeah, hands up. Yeah, thank you. All right. No, the guy's like, I'm calling. There's a 10, 7, 8, 9, 9, 10 feet. I don't know how tall, very tall. Subject in the back, a non-human subject. It's an alien. This is not a joke. I thought he was totally nervous, the guy, even though some people said that he was collectively calm. Yeah, wait, he did like me, because me would be the same thing. Okay, you want to do the comparison? Go back and listen to the video where I filmed in the yard of the UFO in my yard. See how lame that is? Did you see how lame? I'm looking at a UFO for the third time in my life that's in my yard in front of my face. And I say, it's effing, what did I say? Word for word. I think it's fucking beautiful, or it's fucking spiritual. It's incredible, or something like that. And I'm going, oh, wow. That's all I did. I wasn't like, my God, the UFO in the yard guy got a rat. People don't react like that. Think of it. You're driving by the highway. You see there's 6 cars. Everyone died. They're all laid out on the side of the highway. And you're like, oh, wow, too bad. 6 died. Yeah, the whole family and stuff. You're sitting there looking at them. Are you like, you're going to flip out? You're going to pull over because you're not going to be able to drive past? People don't get that excited or freaked out. What about the murderers online on YouTube? They call in and they, I need a 911. I need a police officer to come by the house because I just took the life of my family. You what, sir? I just took the life of my family members. Yeah, in their rooms and stuff. Are they dead? Yep. They all stopped breathing. Yep. You're gonna send a car by. Oh, at the same time, I like turtles. I've heard the most fucked up stuff that people say and call in and to declare that they just came home. They found their wife headless or whatnot. And the guy's like, hey, hang on, Frank, I'm on the phone here. Yeah, so I came home the other night and I saw my wife. People have no reactions. Look at hundreds of videos. Look up psychology, maybe the first thing that some of you should do, and find out about the reactions when people are stricken still with fear. Okay. Some people get white hair after a day stricken with white fear. Look at Family Guy. I'm serious about that. Rodrigo. Yeah, that's a cool name for sure. Hans, thanks for being here. The internet was made by them invent new eugenics. Yeah, well, absolutely. Eugenics, that's the new wave of the future. That's what's here. That's what they've been doing. That's what I'm not allowed to talk about. I can't even show what Bill Gates is talking about the subject because it's illegal. I got a medical strike when I did that. Julie singing and watching us from the shower after the park pool. Behave for our queen. I will be back, Love you, but I got to be me. So Julie's listening to us from the shower. Yeah, the internet did a lot of bad things and brought out a lot of bad things where the internet's the most amazing thing and it's the worst thing at the same time. You know, it's a lifesaver and it's also a killer, right? Yep, I saw the circle. A straight up small circle, actually. Didn't look big at all. It was as big as a table, I think. The circle was as big as a table. Hey, Richard, how's it going, my friend? Thank you very much. I have a music channel, you guys. You can check it out. Yes, compartmentalism. It's what's going on. Compartmentalization of each project where one person's working on one thing and then it goes to another room and that person doesn't know who was working on that project, is not allowed talking with that person that works on that project. They all get in the Area 51 bus in the morning and they're all brought to an area where none of them talk. The ones that are, it's not like in the afternoon there, it's lunchtime and everyone's gone. And the ones that are in the section of the bodies go and talk with the people, the sections that are working on back engineering crafts. They're doing a lot here on Earth, but it's not just being done at Area 51, my friends. Okay. Maybe Stephen Greer is going to mention some of that, Christina, in the upcoming days. He has, the thing is that these people have sources, but now let me tell you that sources are running with their heads cut off. Agencies, Alex Jones, the CIA, the FBI, members, Defense Department, people are running to people like Alex Jones to be able to get information out about what the hell's going on. They're pushing what's going on with Tucker Carlson. You have to look up Tucker on Twitter. He just did his first episode, which was exceptional, reached many, many hundreds of millions of people and views already. You guys got to check out what's going on. He's also going to be talking about UFOs, aliens, but the Ukraine war, everything's going to be exposed. Everything from A to Z. And the minute it gets really crazy, the system will crash. When you see the money and silver change and that they're going all crazy trying to bring back the pandemic and stuff like this, because they're trying to keep hold of the secret. And somebody even said, Bruce, why do you think they're setting fires? It's like, oh, look, everything's burning. Never mind the UFOs. Look, everything's burning. Yeah, I get it. Trying to divert your attention, right? Diversity campaigns. That's Build Back Better. All the bullshit they've been saying, the leftists. While admitting my gradual memory loss, to him, I broke down for a moment. Probably that lump there still. Hey, hang in there, brother. Yeah, you got to work on that if you have gradual memory loss, man. Take care of yourself, bro. We love you, man. I hope you're getting that fucking energy I'm sending you, because I've been sending shitloads of it. Thanks for being here, everyone. Thanks for coming by the stream today, for the interest. I hope I answered a lot of questions that maybe some of you had not heard about yet. It's real. If you want to, we're confirming it. David Grush says they got plenty of bodies, all different species of aliens that were retrieved. Sometimes pilots died. And don't forget, he's not talking about the ones that lived. If they retrieve the UFO craft and that being is still alive, what are they going to do with it? They're going to keep it alive in an area. I believe if I can astral travel a remote view, which I can do, and it doesn't get me in trouble because I'm not a person that wants to be known and wants to prove that all my predictions are right. You guys want to hear predictions? Go in the community and look at the fucked up stuff that I've said and check the dates to see if I'm right with the dates. Intuition. When it happens, when somebody tells me something, it's because I know it's about to happen. And I'm telling you right now, a lot is about to happen. On the inside, it's all breaking out from the inside. They're literally dismantling the three-letter associations. A lot of corrupt, high-level ranking officials that are in the United States that they just can't go and pull them out, right? They're going to be making deals with them. You can be sure. Right now, people around the world, okay, is there a place on this earth that has a living alien being but that is being kept and held there. Guarantee you it is. Could it be in the desert? Um, could the moon be where they hold the aliens? Maybe in some type of laboratory where if they're worried about the tectonic plates and the volcanoes and there's landslides and stuff, there could be some buried things around Earth that are going to be exposed soon, and it'll be thanks to the weather changes, flooding or water going down. I think it was in the moon there. Water going down. It's all going to happen, and it's going to expose a lot of things, like we're seeing in Japan and China, some areas where the water has receded and the riverbeds are exposed, the bottom parts of the riverbeds, and we're seeing a lot of ancient structures and statues that were built, close to 1,000 years ago, which, wow, remains very interesting. Gate Smasher, how's it going, my brother? Thanks for being here, man. Gate Smasher, that bacon is sizzling, brother. The truth is coming out. Yeah, well, it is a biggie though, man. But that's, yeah, sarcastically said. I get it. Like, yeah, I'll just shut up about it and stuff. But in reality, my brother does have a channel, guys, and he knows a shitload about fasting. JJ Swartz, my brother, whom I love very much, works hard for both him and his loving family, support them. And he knows a lot of stuff about fasting, talked about the fires recently, not just fires, gives his opinions on what the government's doing when they don't take down his videos, because you know how they are. Check him out, Jason Swartz. Give him some encouraging love and maybe comment. You big guys and gals that want to lose some weight, April 12th, I started on a journey as a goal to lose 75 to 80 pounds. And I've lost over 70 pounds, approaching the 70-pound weight loss mark very soon. On my way down to the 225 mark, I'm about 9-10 pounds away. So the scale says, which I'm sure I'm only 7 pounds away, bitch. But anyways, digital scales are not the best sometimes. The most insulting thing, fast for 24 effing hours. This is day 3, by the way. At 7 o'clock, I will have done the 72 hours. So you fast and you go all day fasting. You get up in the morning, you're like, forcing yourself to take a crap and piss to weigh less. Take off your glasses. I don't wear glasses. I only wear it for streaming. Jewelry, I only wear it for streaming. Clothes, I'd shave before weighing myself to be sure that I don't weigh a lot. You get on the scale and the scale says you gained 17 pounds. What? What do you mean I haven't eaten in 72 hours? I didn't gain 70 pounds. Wake up the next day, you lost 28 pounds. Oh, fuck. That's a digital balance. But in general, I'm on the way down. Some of you that are overweight, you're not bigger than me. I was 297, maybe even 300 pounds. I'm not going to hide it on April 12th. Now I'm 235, 234 pounds. So I'm on my way down to 225. And then a week after that, I'll be back on my way down to 200 pounds of if any of you want to find out how to lose some weight in a proper way, don't depend on what I'm telling you to do, because I did it in a pretty dangerous way. I'm exercising daily, which I shouldn't be. Exercising my ass off without eating. Drinking a lot of water. But Jason explains a lot of that, and it was very important to find that out. And not everyone's metabolism is the same. So for me, I had to drink a lot of water the first 2-3 weeks that I was fasting, because I was peeing brown. It was very dark colored urine. And, once during the first week, I had sore bottom of my back, like it was kidneys or something. I drank more water. And then my body was just ready to fast. So now I can fast 7 days, 8 days at a time. So when I see the videos of the people on YouTube that say, I'm going to an island for 7 days without any food to survive, I'm not impressed anymore, because I can go 2 weeks without eating. No problem now. I mean, I've only done the 8 days, but I could have done many more days. I just started eating because I was afraid that, what if I die? What if I just fall at one point? Looking at him a lot, he was you're lucky he's there, because he was gone to all the meetings, and he came back, and I said, what about the meetings? And he said, bullshit. He said, Kazoo said, Dean, the truth is going to come out. Jules of Southern Oregon, thank you very much. Yeah, a lot of us are seeing the same stuff out there. So do check out Jason's channel, you guys. Julie, again, thanks for the contributions, my friends. Thanks for being here. Sorry to all that I missed. Nollerino, Florida, my Floridian friends in the house. I think about indigenous first contact. I like that one, man. We may be in for paybacks, you know. Oh shit. You just scared me on that one. No, I read between the lines. I read directly what you meant on that one. That is interesting because look at it the way you want. Imagine if like it's sort of like Judgment Day, right? Look at it the way you want. They're coming back. That is something beautiful though. First indigenous contact, the first Sumerian contact, the first time the ancient Greeks were contacted, the Mayans, us, the idiots, when we were contacted. Maybe it's going to happen. Maybe it already happened, right? There's a lot of different events that occur. And don't forget, once they come here, the aliens, if they did at all, and I'm sure they did, and they leave, they have to come back to update. You can't just come and change the world and leave and come back every thousand of years because everything will go back to shit again, most likely. Mick Smith, I'm sorry I'm late for that, brother. You must be asleep by now. For sure, my friend is asleep. 3:19 a.m. in Oz. Mick is gone 100%. If you're still here, Mick, crap, thank you, man. Sorry for missing that, everybody. Thanks, Andrew. Miss Numerous, thank you very much. Hello, all, she says. Craig 971, mainstream media will always make fun of it and ridicule the truth. What people see, if I was in the same position, I wouldn't call any police department, etc. The experience, except the experience is mine. Cheers, Bruce. Right on, Craig 971. Grip Ripper, thanks a lot, man. Do aliens cut hedges? Beam me up. I'm not. I'm pretty sure they do. I'm pretty sure they do. But they cut them too low. They cut them right down with the laser. You know what I would like to have? I would like to do art with the tool that they have to cut out the anuses of the cows, and they cut them out really so beautifully. Incredible. How do they do that? If somebody misunderstood me, they're going to say, what did he say about a beautiful cow's ass? I didn't say that. I said nothing about a beautiful cow's ass. Acts of terrorism, that's what those fires are. Acts of war is what those fires are. Always flush toilets and clean up your mess. And don't forget to get your cats and dogs spayed and neutered. Remember Bob Hope? Barker? Bob Hope. Ooh, that's old. You can bet the Forest Service was in on it. Yep. I'm not even surprised at the people that probably weren't even working that day. You get a week off? How come? It was too hot and stuff. They gave us a week off. Right at the same time that the birds are all migrating from the states coming into Canada so we can kill them all off. Klaus Schwab, piece of shite. Norma C. Glad to catch you live. I'm glad you are okay. Thank you very much. I'm doing great. A little bit less smoke today, but of course that wind is going all over the place. Toronto, very bad. New York, haven't checked on Earth Cam today, but most likely more snow. More clouds. Smoke. Hey, man, we're here, man. When it does hit bad, the bipolar and stuff, you were open enough with that. And I know some people that are, brother. Let loose. Let loose. I began ignoring emotion to start with. Spock is my hero. Actually, Kai, you know that it effing works. I did that with my trolls. I did that with fear, with anything going on. You cut the fear factor out to the point where you're literally like Spock, if you want. Remember, they used to tell Spock a joke, and he used to go, never laughs, right? It's a sad day when others want to burn the world down instead of helping it. Yep, grow to the positive. Absolutely. All the Indian nations and tribes that are all stuck in near a Bitsy and burning now. It's effing horrible. Hey, Nato McNato, thanks for being here, man. My friends. I turned 60 on the 6th. Happy late birthday. Where's my damn guitar? Not close. 60, and woke up from a nap just in time for you today. Much love to you all. Nado McNado, happy belated birthday, and thank you so much. 60. I'm not even going to be worried when I'm 60. 60 is young, and even 70 now is young, eh? All that sickness back in the days that people were not even allowed talking about it. F you, YouTube. Yeah, mine have been really right on for me. Agree, my vibes have been off all week. They've been crazy. I have to admit, they've been up and down, fluctuating. Yeah. Did you see the Courtney Brown interview on Journey to Truth last night? I did not. A lot of people talked to me about it, though. I didn't see it yet, Norma C. Thank you very much. I will be checking that out. It really is true what you just said there, Gate Smasher. You said a mouthful there. Well said, I am Kai. Thanks for the reminder about the thumbs up. Norma C., my pleasure. Thank you so much for being here. Check out Julie Stats, guys. That's the channel. Thank you, my Queen Mod. Darla, we love you. John F.K., love that name. Former U.S. President Eisenhower's met aliens thrice. They did it 3 times, so they say. That's what they say. That's what they say, and I believe it. Then there was also talk of retrieval program, right? To go and retrieve an alien vessel to bring it back to Area 51 and all that. So, yeah, absolutely. It's bad, John. What a world of lies. Absolutely. I've napped all my life. Actually, it's part of my daily upkeep. Besides, cats always nap. Absolutely. Oh, do you want to be known as a cat? Yes, John F. Okay, we need to. Absolutely. It really true, Norma. It becomes incredibly, horribly annoying. Wow, there was that many people here today, guys. I really love you all for it. Don't know how many likes we got. I know the mods were going to town and everyone. We at the house. All his pride emojis. Yesterday, the other day, I think, anyways, he writes a comment and he says, "Hey," he says, "what the hell are all the rainbows painted all over the damn place?" Eliana, it is. I am Kai. I love that name too. Eliana is a beautiful name. Norma C suspects the Trump indictment is a distraction from the ET disclosure. Right you are, Norma C. Excuse me. Right you are, Norma C. Kai, come on back with us tonight, my brother, if you're feeling a little gloomy. We'll be back on in 5 hours, man. Talk about some funny shit and change your ideas. His Highness, thanks so much, man, for being here. Flu World Order. Oh my God, I love your name, man. Was a lame excuse when the family asked them to look. Yeah, it's true. Oh no, yeah, that's something that I'm always worried about. Are the solar flares? Let me tell you right now. If I take a look here, my trusty spot that I go to, the sunspots today. Unfortunately, rainy, cloudy, smoky here. Let's see if there's any sunspots right now, though. I'll give you a rundown on the activity, whether it is active or not. Oh, shit. Quite a few sunspots. Yep. We got yet again, right you are. Maximum X-ray flux of the past 2 hours is M2.5. What is the X-ray flux? It's big words. It's the brightness coming from the sunspots that is reflecting from, the sun. So M2.5, sometimes it goes up. M is one of the smaller flares. So you go M, you go to C, you can go to an X, which are the largest flares. And we see a lot sometimes. But let's see here. M2.1 solar flare on Friday, back in May. Recently, again, an M4.2 corona. Those were those 3 coronal mass ejections back to back. M-class activity from sunspot region 3311 was also very recently, but it could actually be coming out right now and spot 33 3313 and 3311 for those of you that want to check out which sunspots are active right now. Absolutely, they're bad. Sorry about that for the lag, you guys. Sorry, of course, Stephen A. Notifications. Thanks for being here, man. Can you feel it, man? Yeah, I can feel it for sure. I can feel it I can feel it coming in the air of the night. Hold on. Jean-Claude Beyond Mystic 003 in the house. How's it going, brother? Like I said, keep up to date with Jean-Claude. He's going to be on the horn with a lot of what you guys have been seeing this week. So fingers crossed. Thank you, Jean-Claude. Eric Cotter talks about the malicious nature of this beings. Hope they're not malicious, but most likely they can be. And it's a scary thing when you think of it. It's called drip feeding the news. Drop a few breadcrumbs to trigger internet, but never tell the whole truth. Yeah, that's what some people do, of course. That's what the media does. Yes. Evelyn Saba. Hello to our wonderful Bruce Sees All channel. Blessings to you all. My friend Evelyn Saba this evening from the very beautiful New Zealand island. Thank you, Evelyn. Love you. It's Highness. Thanks again. Cindy Krause. Before I get off, I'm so sorry I missed everyone. Ding, ding, ding. I've witnessed light orbs of energy fly around the tops of trees and zigzag through the trees of the forest. I witnessed that spot on, man. And a large thump once it stopped. Oh, that I didn't. That's crazy. So some people experience a lot of the things that happen around them, and it's all real. But what I'm not sure of is it the same ones that are always seeing these amazing things, and for what reason? Is it what are we chosen for? Are we chosen for something? Do we do something bad? Are they checking us? Are they protecting us? Because I feel protected. Gwen, thank you so much. As for you guys and gals, thanks for the opinions here. Nick Bowker in the house. Thank you, bro. Thanks, man. That's right, Andrew. They have no idea we're at the beginning of time. This is Jean-Claude Beyond Mystic 003's channel. If you guys are into everything from even astrology, card reading, we have Janine, a whole bunch of interesting people that come on to talk. And just be watching this week. You never know if any good shows can pop up on that channel. My intuition's telling me there will be. Stephen A says, that's a thumbs up idea, Bruce. Maybe it is just energy. Yeah, I'm thinking of that. I'm sure we've mentioned it before, especially you, Stephen A. I mean, yeah, maybe it's just a type of pot of energy that's around them to bring them down to the surface. Maybe it is a rough descent where they, you know how they say, like in the movies, say, get ready, we're going to send you to the planet. And then there's this teleportation movie that they send him to the planet, and he's like, he's screaming because it's an uncomfortable journey. He's sort of dropped on the planet, boom, bangs his head like the aliens do to me. They dropped Bruce off from higher up because they used to laugh at me because I was fat. They used to watch me roll and bounce. Buggers. But now I'm losing a lot of weight, and I can fit into my spacesuit once again. Everything went silent, no animal sounds, no frogs or other noises. Yeah, well, I don't know if you're talking about during the smokes or hazes and fires now here. I mean, there's a lot. They're missing a lot, those birds here. Nano McNano, thank you for appreciating the shared screen. I'm happy you guys enjoyed it. Thank you. Universe is one big balancing act of light and dark. Right you are. Best mods ever. I agree. 2 times 10-foot aliens in a 20-foot craft. Bit cramped. Yeah, I'd flip out, man. I mean, what do you want to do? I sure as hell ain't going to sit there. Oh, no. Robot Bruce is back. Sorry about that. I'm so sorry about the voice that is probably changing like a robot. Bruce is so childish. Nanu. Oh, I thought Nano. I have a grandmother that's really into space, and I call her Nana. I'm kidding. My grandmother's actually in space now. The real Wayno, it was 3 or 4 small aliens stacked on shoulders to make a 10-foot alien. Yeah, listen, we were talking about just the last stream, right? Where we said on the moon, it could be midgets, small people that are, short people that are in these costumes on the moon. Honestly, okay, I know they wouldn't plan that, but imagine if you saw it was a breakaway civilization, it's humans, and they see humans there, and they know that they that gray aliens are the fear of some of the astronauts. So they come out of the craters all together like Teletubbies, walking around like that just to freak them out. You don't think that they would do that? As a matter of fact, they're hiding in the clouds. I think the aliens are pretty sneaky. They would do something like that for sure. Balance. That's right. Complete balance and harmony. What the heck? Bruce is a weirdo. Hey, Norma C. Absolutely. No, but I mean, yeah, exactly. We're all allowed our opinions. And yeah, sometimes you can say that. What if that? Don't forget man, is that this would happen. I believe him. Or the story exaggerated. That back every time in your router and moving closer to it. That's so funny. They want to get off. It's 2 hours and 21 minutes time I get off. So they took everyone away from here. The connection should be working. If I get off, if I disappear anyways. Thank you so much for everything. Where's everyone? There's my address if you guys want to come visit me in the box. Like I said before, Bruce, you are going to have to bring forth the disclosure of alien craft. Oh boy, am I the chosen one? I don't know. I'm gonna be I'm not. Oh shit, he said it too. You're the one. Yeah. And I will. I tell you, bro, I'm gonna knock it out of the park because I'm gonna have these incredible theories that are gonna be given to me by higher beings and the intuition. It all comes in. I'll read back. I look at me as being the puppet master. I'm just a puppet for the aliens. They come in my body. I'm like, and then all of a sudden I wake up and I just give up the message. So my eye goes crooked too. Anyways, I like the Beyond Mystic astrology. Absolutely is higher than this. Another one likes Beyond Mystic. They're here. Graphics Nut. Thank you again, my dear friend, for coming back. I stopped watching mainstream media many, many years ago. I watch it for fun, Jules. I have so much fun watching. Yeah, I hear you. I don't even think aliens in backyards will make me tune in. Yeah. Well, that's how it is. We got wise, eh? People wake up. We're wiser now. They make things complicated on purpose. Absolutely. Like Hillary's emails. Did you know that they were depositing money and doing a whole bunch of things, except the emails were distributed to like 100,000 different banks and emails and stuff like that. So it's just to throw people off the trail, right? But that's all going to be coming out. What happened with the selections years ago, what happened with Hillary Clinton years ago, where people think that they're not going to be talking about it. Remember her puking an alien ball into one of her glasses? Talk about a weird woman. Ultraviolet torch held close to the skin will reveal the transparent silicone type implants. Yeah, that's probably why I don't do that, because I bet you light up like a Christmas ball. I'll probably look like a shirt with full of tickets on a Walmart stand. Ladies and gents, I love you all so much. 319, but Bruce has been here a long while here. Anarchy Television, did they join finally? Good stuff is coming on, Kai. I'm telling you, you're feeling bad. Watch the good stuff coming. All cloaked, NATO, absolutely, and they're there. Why else would you need special forces for a space force? Exactly, Anarchy Television. It's definitely not to, like they said, don't forget they have to track the debris. there's a lot of little pieces out there that they have to track. It's very important for them. We're entering a realm we once were in maybe 3,600 years ago. Cindy Krause, thanks for being here. I'm going to leave it at that, guys. You guys allowed me to have an incredible stream because with comments and the support, the encouragement is just absolutely incredible. I love you all, my friends. 140 people at one point, almost 150 people watching. It's not enough, but it's a lot more than a couple of weeks ago. So thank you very much for the interest. You know, no clickbait here. I keep everything legitimate, authentic. If you see a video in the title and it says aliens on the moon or explosions on the moon or debris or chemtrails, UFOs spraying chemtrails or under the hazes on the moon, I assure you it's all real. I'm trying to grow this family, but whether it grows or not, no one's going to take away my family online. I love you guys. Hang in there, Kai. I hope to see you tonight, man. Let us know how you're feeling. Hang in there, everybody, and thank you so much for the incredible support. If you're just arriving and you're listening to the end of the stream, please go to the beginning and listen to all the information that is coming out and all the amazing topics that we bring up here. We'll be doing the same tonight. I'll be double checking what's new in space. I'll tell you all the next launches. I'll tell you everything that's going to happen at the same time. We'll be talking about a whole bunch of theories, assumptions, anomalies, and all the incredible stuff. What's going to happen before I come on at 8 o'clock? Guaranteed. If there's something new that comes out, I'll put it in the title. We'll see if something incredible happens. Let's combine our energy together to have the first alien body exposed. I don't know about you. I'm like waiting for a barbecue. I can't freaking wait to see the alien's face because I just know that I'm going to say, yep, I knew he looked like that. I'm sure I'm going to say, yep, that's what he looked like. That bullshit there they made in some hybrid laboratory, very smart. What do? We want them to work for us, but no sex. Yeah, good idea. They don't have to eat. Yeah, that's right. Because if not, they're not going to be thinking of their wives, right? The guy's about to destroy some planet for his dictatorship Decepticon boss, but decides, no, for my family, I got to turn back. These guys don't do it for family. They're hybrids. And I'm telling you, what Bill Gates is doing on this earth is exactly what we're going to look like in 5 years. That's what they're trying to make. Before I get off, do you know why animals have large black eyes? Because they don't have the good perception of scent or coordination. Did you know that? Big black eyes, nocturnal animals that live in darkness, that need to rake in light to be able to see better, will have eyes like that. And the larger those black eyes are in the animal kingdom, that's how it is. I believe these are human frogs. They're in the water. My son even thought that they were human frogs. Trolls, be on the lookout, because my son, Brandon, is about to become a researcher. He's starting to do research in a lot of the areas that I am in, but now he's starting to see UFOs in the sky, and he wants to do like I'm doing and is interested. So in a couple of months or years, you're going to get another Swartz that's going to be here, trolls, for another 10, 20 years that are going to be exposing the moon. And when I die, my son gets all my footage. So I said, when I die, you open a monetized channel and you repost it to valorize your dad, of course. All right, guys, I'll talk to you all very soon. I love you very much. Thanks for the generous contributions. If you're here, it's a beautiful contribution. See you all at Eastern time, 8 p.m. this evening. Thanks again, mods. Thanks, everyone.